Hello everyone, welcome back. In last video lecture we have seen about unit cells, the characteristics of unit cells and the classification of unit cells. In this video lecture we are going to learn the characteristics with the centered unit cells as they can form the number of lattice crystals. In last video lecture, I have informed you that there are 14 types of Bravais lattice cells are possible in this world. So, this table explains us that which type of crystal systems with possible variation of the characteristics of axial distance and axial angles can generate or form which 14 types of lattice. The same table is given in the textbook under the name of table 1.3. This table is important as far as the competitive exams are concerned and the board exams are concerned. It has been seen from past few years that at least one MCQ comes from this table. So very quickly moving to this crystal system. First crystal system, there is a short key which you need to remember. First we will write C, then T, then O, then R, then H, then M, and then T. So how you are going to write the crystal system or remember the crystal system? You will remember this as CT or HMT. This is abbreviation. Again, how you are going to remember this? CT or HMT. Let us abbreviate all this. C stands for cubic. T stands for tetragonal. O stands for ortho rhombic. R stands for rhombohedral. It is also known as trigonal. H stands for hexagonal. M stands for monoclinic. And T stands for triclinic. So there are 7 types of possible crystal systems are there in this world: cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, rhombohedral, hexagonal, monoclinic, and triclinic. Now, which are possible variations? So, possible variations for this, you need to remember a number as 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1. So we will remember this number 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1. Now, what is the meaning of this number? So in last video lecture you have seen that there are 4 types of unit cells which are possible. We will remember this in this sequence. first is primitive, then comes body centered, then comes face centered, and in the last it comes end centered. So when I write 3, it means the possible variations are primitive, BCC, and then FCC. When I write 2, that means there are 2 possible variations, and this is primitive and BCC. When I write 4, that means along with these 3, the possible variation is ECC, that is primitive, body centered, face centered, and end centered. When it is written 1, that means it is primitive only. This is also primitive. When I write 2, it means primitive and ECC. Here you need to remember it is not BCC, this is ECC, and this is primitive. So this is an exception you need to remember. Now let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. That means 14 types of breviaries are possible. This is how the French mathematician Bravais has explained the characteristics of this solid state, or what we can say the unit cell of crystal lattice. Now let us come to the axial distance or edge length. So you know there are 3 edges, small a, small b and small c. So how you are going to remember for all 7 types of crystal system? It is very easy. So we'll write for cubic. You can just imagine a cube. What is cube? Where length, breadth and height all are same. That means A is equals to B is equals to C. For trigonal, there is a little difference, that A is equals to B, but it is not equal to C. For orthorhombic, it has been seen that A not is equals to B, and which is also not is equals to C. So again, the about axial distances or edge lengths. Cubic, cube is having equal length, breadth and height. So I have written A is equals to B is equals to C. Now the next pattern for tetragonal, A is equals to B, which is not is equals to C. And for orthorhombic, it becomes A not is equals to B, not is equals to C. Now the same pattern you can write for other three systems, that is rhombohedral. For rhombohedral or trigonal, A is equals to B is equals to C. For hexagonal, A is equals to B, but it is not equals to C. And for monoclinic, it is A is equals not is equals to B, which is not is equals to C. And for triclinic, the last pattern gets repeated, that is A not is equals to B, not is equals to C. So let me show this pattern again, how I have written. First I have written A is equals to B is equals to C. Then for tetragonal, I have written A is equals to B but not is equals to C. For orthorhombic, I have written A not is equals to B, not is equals to C. Now for systems such as rhombohedral, trigonal, that is trigonal, hexagonal and monoclinic, I have copied the axial distances of first three systems, that is A is equals to B is equals to C for trigonal, for hexagonal A is equals to B not is equals to C, and for monoclinic it is A not is equals to B not is equals to C, and the same pattern gets repeated for triclinic. So I hope this is clear to you. Now moving to the axial angles. So there are three axial angles, interphases angles, and that is alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha is between B and C, beta is between A and C, and gamma is between A and B. So you also need to remember these axial angles, and how you are going to remember this. So for Q, because all axial distances or edge lengths are same, the axial angles are mutually perpendicular, and that means alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to 90 degree. Now the same axial angles you can copy for other two systems, that is tetragonal and for orthorhombic. So for the first three systems, that is cubic, tetragonal and orthorhombic, the bond angles are, the axial angles are same. Now moving to the fourth, that is rhombohedral. Here you can write that alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma, but they are not equals to 90 degree. See, in rhombohedral type of crystal systems, axial angles are same, but that are not those axial angles are not equal to the 90 degree. That is what it says. Now hexagonal. Now you can imagine a hexagon or a benzene ring, which is actually a sort of hexagon shape. But you can find that the angle would be 120 degree. So for hexagon, this alpha is equals to beta, and both are equals to 90 degree, but the gamma angle would be equal to 120 degree. Now remaining two, here I have compared alpha and beta. So for monoclinic, the story is different. Instead of alpha is equals to beta is equals to 90, I would write instead of beta it is gamma. So alpha is equals to gamma is equals to 90. So what about beta? For beta, it is not is equals to 90. And what about triclinic? See, triclinic is something very different type of primitive cell where the axial distances are not equal to each other, so the bond angles will also be not equal to each other, and therefore we can write that alpha not is equals to beta, which is not is equals to gamma, that is not equals to 90 degree. So that's all. Again we'll see recap of axial angles. So for cubic, because length, breadth and width are same, the axes are perpendicular to each other, and therefore we can write alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to 90. Now the same pattern can be repeated for tetragonal and for orthorhombic crystals. For rhombohedral, alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma, but that is not equals to 90 degree. For hexagon, the story is different. Gamma becomes 120 degree, so alpha beta is equals to 90 degree, but gamma will be equals to 120. So if in hexagon alpha is equals to beta is equals to 90 degree. We can write for monoclinic alpha is equals to gamma is equals to 90 degree, and beta naught is equals to 90 degree. And for last triclinic, we can write alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to not is equals to 90 degree. So that's all for this table 1.3, different types of Bravia cell. I hope you are clear with this table. I would recommend you to learn table 1.3 again and again, at least for 2 times. After watching this video, you need to write in your classwork book and you need to learn this. The examples are there which are given in the textbook that you can remember. The major part of the table I have explained you in this video. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos.